Hey, listen. The United States has threatened to carry out attacks inside Nigeria because of too much purported killing of Christians. Therefore, the US president has instructed the Department of War to prepare for a possible action in Nigeria. The US has also warned that they will immediately cut off any kind of assistance towards Nigeria if they continue allowing this persecution against Christians. The US also added that this time, if Nigeria fails to handle the ongoing religious violence taking place against Christians, they will go into Nigeria guns blazing and completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these atrocities against Christians. The US leadership also added that the attack will be fast, vicious and sweet, the same way those terrorist thugs attack Christians. The US warned again that the Nigerian government better move fast. If not, you go sabi the hard way, because this nano be a joko. Now look, we have a number of African countries which are facing religious conflicts in the similar way. That is Ivory Coast. We also have Mali since 2012. We also have Burkina Faso since 2015. We have Niger, which is facing Boko Haram from the southeast and Muslim extremists spilling from Mali and Burkina Faso from the west back into Niger. We also have other West African countries facing religious conflict spillovers like Chad and Cameroon. Now, the question is, why Nigeria now? We also have the Central African Republic, which had interreligious civil conflict since 2013. We have also Ethiopia, which, apart from the Oromo-Amhara war, there is also conflict between Christian-dominated government and predominantly Muslim rebel groups. And not forgetting also Sudan, which has a history of devastating wars with significant religious dimensions, which includes the long conflict between Muslim North and the Christian animists from the South. So the question still remains, why Nigeria now? Because other African countries as well need such help. Look at Sudan. Now, the US claims that there is Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, while experts and humanitarian analysts, on the other hand, claim that there is no Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, adding that the US leadership is just amplifying the situation in a way that it is going to divide and increase instability in Nigeria. Furthermore, Nigerian authorities claim that armed groups in Nigeria have been targeting both Muslims and Christians because they bomb schools, markets, churches, gatherings, everywhere, because they do not discriminate between Muslims and Christians. They just hit randomly. So Nigeria says that if the US is to come in, they are welcome so that they can both identify and fight a common enemy, not the Islam extremists who are killing Christians. Now, another question here is that how did the US manage to see that Christians were being persecuted inside Nigeria without the Nigerian authorities realizing that Christians were being killed inside the country which they are leading? You can answer that question the way you want. So Nigerian leadership says that they have welcomed the US in Nigeria, especially their military assistance. But the wrong thing is that if the US invades Nigeria and override the authority of Nigerian government, then if they do that, the result will be counterproductive. That is according to Nigerian government. So according to Nigerian authorities, there is nothing like a Christian persecution in Nigeria. And according to them, the government is just addressing a general security challenges which affects citizens across all faiths and religions. Now, people from Nigeria, you are in a better position to agree, support or refuse these claims from your government, because your government has put it clear that Nigeria opposes religious persecutions and does not encourage it. So they also say that Nigeria is a country of constitutional guarantees to protect citizens of all faiths. And according to Nigerian government, they will continue to defend all citizens irrespective of race, creed or religion. Now, remember, religious conflicts in Nigeria has lasted for more than 72 years. Because these conflicts began as early as 1953. It can even be much earlier, from 1940s to date. But the US has come to see it now. Also, what you should know is that Nigerian Muslims own 46% of Nigeria North, while Nigerian Christians own 46% of Nigeria South. So this is my spotlight towards the US intervening in Nigeria. Look at it this way. How many countries with conflicts have ended up solving their problems after the US intervening? If you look around and get the picture, then you can agree or disagree with me that the US planned intervention in Nigeria is right or wrong. Yes! And I also believe that no one offers to help without expecting anything in return. An idiomatic law clearly says that someone may appear to be helping you with one hand, but taking with the other hand. Jesus! Nevertheless, Nigeria is rich in oil, gold, zinc, columbine, and so on. So anything is possible and nothing is impossible in this situation. I hope you are thinking the way I'm thinking. So personally, I believe that conflicts, especially interreligious, can easily be stopped in Africa without an armed struggle. Yes! It is only that poor governance and weak states also contribute to such conflicts because of lack of socioeconomic development, and corrupt politicians in various countries makes parts of the population vulnerable into entering a radical ideology as an alternative to secular governments that has failed to deliver. Yes! Unemployed young men in Africa also become idle without perspectives, and they become vulnerable into being recruited into this religious extremism because they have little or nothing to lose when joining a rebel group, and before you know it, the country has exploded. Let us wait and see what transpires in Nigeria in the days to come. Kindly understand and take these words the way you want. This man! Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exclusive information beyond this, and please leave us alone.